Hey, good Sunday evening. I know I'm here a different time of day today, but I've been chewing on a lot of things I've been reading and hearing about the business climate in network marketing and affiliate marketing, and I want to add my 2 cents. This comes from a place of not judgment, not conjecture. I went through this twice. Friends, my name is Carla Gardner, and I help women over 50 use their unique strengths, education, wisdom to build their affiliate marketing businesses faster, save energy, and make more money. So here is what 2 businesses taught me about emotions, loyalty, and protecting your future. So years ago, I was in a network marketing company. It was actually the first one where I ever made money. I felt like I had found family. I belonged there. I was treated well. I made a lot of friends, or so I thought. And it was a good 16 years. It was. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I learned a ton. Some of the lessons I learned were awesome. I grew from this ex-banker into the entrepreneur that I am today. I learned to overcome so many fears, it isn't even funny. There were tears, there was laughter, there was many a late night talking with other distributors about strategy, about the comp plan, about the products. There were many weekends spent at training, learning this and that. And then, like many things in life, things change. People get older. Business goals and the atmosphere of the business world change. And the first tough lesson I learned was that keeping emotions separate from solid business decisions is a must. Once your heart becomes wrapped up in a business decision, you might as well drill a hole in the boat because you're going down. So what happened was the company sold, and with it, of course, the product line that I dearly loved. It saved my life. And it was the beginning of understanding what supplementation is really all about. And when I would help a client get started on the products, it wasn't about the $3 that I made on their order. I mean, come on, think about that. No, for me, it was seeing them at the beginning of my story and watching their health improve, watching them get their life back, watching them be able to play with their kids, watching them have extra money for the first time in forever. It was me reliving my whole journey again. And that made me happy. And if I happened to earn a few dollars, I was never a top earner. I sucked at recruiting, but I was all in on product sales. But the one mistake I made, and I didn't know I made it until it was too late, is that I felt a deep, deep connection to all of the corporate staff. And I thought and felt that it was reciprocated. And then I learned the difference between being a friend and being a business associate. Huge difference. And it crushed me. So, all in one fell swoop, I lost the business. I lost the product line and health support for me and my family. I was crushed, absolutely crushed. And I lost the friendships of 16 years. But here's what I learned. A business decision was made for what was best for the owner, the business partners at corporate level, and for the path of where the business itself was going. And then I got angry, really, really angry at the new company. Not only did the comp plan change, they started charging to be a distributor. And then, the worst of all, mortal sins. They changed the formulas on the products, raised the prices significantly, and the products didn't work like they worked with the original formulas. So in retaliation, and I've never shared this with anybody, you're the first to know. In retaliation, I quit. I quit the business. I gave up what little money I had coming monthly. And I quit taking supplements. Worst decision of my life, because it was all based on emotion. There was no logic, none, to my decision. So that was tough lesson number one. Tough lesson number two came from when I started my own auto transport business. And I took that 16 years worth of training in network marketing, applied it to my own business that I still run today. And I found I had even more lessons to learn, even tougher lessons to learn. Because in the business world, number one, women, especially women over 50, we don't enter what is hypothetically known as a man's business, trucking. I mean, heaven forbid. But I'm stubborn. And I was not going to let anyone's thoughts, prejudices, or it's always been that way, dictate to me whether I can be in business or not. And one day, a so-called friend did a really dirty, rotten deed, but it was a good lesson. It was the best lesson ever. I discovered that if you're in the same competing business, you don't have friends. You have associates. They are not friends. when they will do whatever they can do to steal business from your business for their own business. Would a friend walk into your home and take food off of your family's table to feed their own when they're fed through the fingers of your business? Absolutely not. At least anyone with principles and morals wouldn't do that. So I learned that there are many levels of principles and morals with people, human beings, in business. It's a man eat man business out there. So a very dear friend, who is a true friend, sat me down. I was crying one day. I was ready to quit. And he's a friend of a dear friend. He's the husband of a dear friend of mine. And he said, I have some bad news for you. Sit down. I'm going to walk you through this. He said, I want you to understand. I'm coming to you out of a place of love. I care for you. But this is going to bite, and you're not going to like me. And that's okay. And he continued, and he delivered what I'm about to tell you. And he said, in business, there's no place for heart. It's not personal. They're not personally attacking you. It's just business. And let me tell you, for a long time, it took me years of thinking on that, of meditating on that. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense at all to me. I would never, for a dime, hurt someone else. How can it just be business? But my friend, it is. So, you have to grow a thick skin. Don't take things personally. I don't care if it's your best friend, if it's your upline, if it's corporate, if it's business, or a customer. All of them are in it for what's in it for them, not you. So, that brings me to my point of you have to advocate for you and your business. Nobody else will. They don't care. They don't pay your bills. They don't care that you're in debt. They don't care that your kids don't have shoes. They don't care. So, take the emotion out of your business. Think clearly with your mind. Make solid business decisions. And be wise. Protect yourself. And there's something that I want to share because it helped me. You are your own brand. Why? Because there's only one you. Nobody can duplicate it. They might make the same graphics as you. They might even do the same video as you. But guess what? They aren't you. They don't feel the way you do. They don't speak the way you do. They don't communicate the way you do. You are you. And your people, the people that are meant to follow, to buy from you, to be taught by you, they're out there. They're waiting for you. The other thing is, Don't depend on a company or a system to do what you should be doing. You need to build an email list where you're not on social media playing by their rules. Because remember, Facebook is free. But in order for it to be free, we have to follow their rules. And if we don't like their rules, then get off there and do your own thing where you are free to say what you want, how you want, and not get your whole business stripped away. And the other thing is, Grandpa taught me this years ago, and it took me years to really get it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify yourself. Have multiple things that you're passionate about to share with people. I mean, think about it like going grocery shopping. If you hit a sale on every single aisle of the store, you're going to tell your friends about all of them. You're not going to pick and choose, right? So with business, I am multi-passionate. I love health and wellness. I love digital products, personal care products, household products, pet products. I recommend all sorts of things, but only if I've tried them, I truly like them, and would recommend them to my family. Then I recommend them to you too. And so you're probably sitting there saying, yeah, but Carla, I've been in a job all these years. I don't know what you know. I don't know this online stuff. I don't know the words that you're using. I don't know how to blog. I don't know how to make a graphic. I don't know what this thing is you're talking about. It's okay. Do you honestly, for 1 minute, think I knew what I was doing when I got started? No. Funny story, but quick. When I first came online, when I first got introduced to Facebook, and I thought, oh, this is a way I could share my products with more people. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I blew everybody out of the water. Nobody wanted to talk to me, so it didn't do me any good. So then I met this coach who said, you should do a blog. So I built a blog. I learned. There were many a night I was throwing things in the office. I wanted to throw the computer out the window. This was during dial-up. Our internet would go down. I had forgotten to save, and so I lost everything I just worked 2 hours for. So now, though, there's things done for you that I can point you to, save you years, save you tears, save your computer from being thrown out the window. And so, and you don't have to know a lot of people either. All you have to want is have a desire for something more for you, for your family, and your income. So there's a way, there's a system that I discovered that I've been using to find new people. And no, I'm not on Facebook all day long. Not at all. So if you're curious about how to build your email list and keep the emotion out of it, make solid business decisions for you, for your family, just drop the word list in the comments below and I'll share. And to close out the lesson that I learned in business, the tough lesson, I want you to know that you can't You can't control the tides of business. They're all over. If you even try, you'll go crazy. So you can't control the tides of business, but you can build your own lifeboat and get those hopes and dreams back that have been beaten out of you like they were beaten out of me. Drop the word list below. Let's have a chat. I'll get you that information and you can see if you want to work it or not. All right, friends, I'm out of here. It's time to go relax with hubby, and I will see you tomorrow. It's the beginning of a new week. Let's go out and make it the best one you've had so far this year.